Could you use micro influencers to supersize and grow your business? Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, and we're talking about using micro influencers to grow and build and supersize your business, enhance your brand, get more awareness out there for you. And why? What are they? And why would you want to use them instead of macro influencers? Macro influencers are influencers that have millions of followers, right? So they have great big giant followings and audiences, but are they the right audiences for you? Which is also the number one challenge with selecting micro influencers to join forces with and to connect with and to promote your brand and your products and services. You have to make sure that you have the right ones. Another challenge with micro influencers, and it's the same challenge with macro influencers, is their brand alignment between what they do and what they offer and their audience and who you're trying to reach and your products and services. If there isn't, wrong person for you, next. And then finally, a lot of times when you use micro influencers, you have more than one of them that you're working with at a time. And how do you go about managing that? I say you have a system and a process that you use for all of them, which makes life simpler in every area and aspect of running our businesses, especially when we're on a growth phase. Micro influencers are defined as somebody that has between 10 or 1,000 and 100,000 followers. They don't have millions of followers, but they have a better connection with their followers. They have more engagement with their followers. They have more influence with their followers because it is a tighter group of people that have more aligned values and beliefs about different things, as well as characteristics. And so if you find the right micro niche, you might get a lot more success out of that than dealing with macro influencers. And macro influencers tend to be a lot more expensive because it's just like advertising on television versus on the internet and email marketing and other things, because they have the potential of having a huge reach, but they actually usually don't have much of a reach. And the problem with television, I think we all know now, was that there was no way to measure it. You could not measure if you were getting any value out of your investment or not. There was no direct correlation back in the day. So there's lots of examples of organizations that have done an incredible job using micro influencers. Just a couple are Airbnb. They had a whole promotion that was about travel and the travel industry to, it was not Welcome Home. I can't remember what it was now, but it was like something about home and your experiences there. And real people shared their experiences, and real influencers micro influencers shared their experiences with their audiences, which really helped Airbnb to take off and become successful. Gymshark, the gym or fitness apparel organization, they have used micro influencers extremely successfully. GoPro is another huge example. They gave out a bunch of GoPros, let people film all kinds of stuff, got a ton of user generated content on different niches that has made them take off and be super duper successful. That's a technology example. The food and beverage industry, Daniel Wellington, who I have not heard of, which is interesting, is a high-end watch brand that used the food and beverage industry micro influencers to help grow and build and supersize their business. So how do you go about finding micro influencers in your and for your business? Well, number one, you have to do audience analysis. You have to look at their audience and find out if it's a match for your organization. Before you even approach them, you should look into these three things. The second thing you want to look at is, what are their engagement rates? Is their audience engaged and interacting with the influencer? Do they follow the influencer's recommendations? If they do, the more they do that, the better, right? And then content relevance. Is the kind of content that the influencer creates relevant to you, your products and services? And if all three of those aren't a yes, then you have to look for somebody else, right? Because they're not a fit for you, and you'll have more challenges than you will success with that promotion. Just like any other type of promotion, right? You're going to find things that match with your products and services. Otherwise, you're not going to use them, right? If you have no followers on Facebook, you're not going to run ads on Facebook. The same is true of micro influencers. What are some strategies and ways that you can collaborate with micro influencers when you find one that you want to work with? Well, of course, there's product reviews and unboxings. That's a great way. If you have a physical product, you send your product or service to the influencer, and then they unbox it on video or on their site, and that gets a lot of attention to it, especially if it's something that they love and care about, right? Product reviews. I just said that, product reviews and unboxing. Posting giveaways. You can have them give away your products or services on their social media. Most of them are on social media, but also have websites and podcasts and everything else. You can do takeovers and collaborations where you allow them to take over your social media account for the day, and that brings a lot of their audience to your places and your social media accounts, as well as it's kind of a fun and interesting thing to do. You can also do affiliate marketing, which is probably the easiest way to get other people promoting your products and services. It's a lot less personal, but you can get an army of people out sharing your products and services in the ways that work for them. And you give them tools, and you have dashboards, and you manage that so that it's controlled. But that is probably the most common way that people actually do micro influencers, is by setting up an affiliate program for their products and services and just having people sign up for that. Some have stringent processes where they filter through people, and they'll say yes or no to you based on who you are in the world. And it's kind of how it should be. So what are some things we want to look at when we're setting up and working with micro influencers? Key performance indicators. We have to have expectations set up front. What are we expecting to get out of this relationship? We want to track engagement and reach when we do a promotion with a micro influencer, just like when we do any other kind of advertising. And we want to look at our return on investment. If it's a positive return on investment or a break even, we'll probably do something else with that micro influencer. If it's not, then we have to question, is this the right influencer for us, or what do we need to tweak? Does the promotion that we're doing with them not really fit the influencer's style and the way they usually communicate with their audience? Then we just need to make some tweaks and changes. Almost everything we try and do in life and in business doesn't work out perfectly the first time, and we need to keep testing and tweaking and making it our own in order for it to work for us and our business. So love to know, have you used micro influencers? Do you team up with micro influencers for your business? When we're just getting started, that is one of the best times, but it's also a great thing to do when we just want a little boost in our business, or when we're going from stage to stage in the growth process, because it's all a transition, and it's a great time to get other people to help us make those transitions. Remember, people believe what other people say about us way more than they believe what we say about ourselves and about our businesses. That's it. Have an awesome day. Share your experience below, and I will be with you tomorrow with another interesting strategy that you could use right now to supersize and grow your business. Have a great day.